Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am Jamie, and this is the best magicians you have never heard of. So this week is Thanksgiving in the US, so I decided what I was going to do is put out some videos of performance only from the show. So I hope you guys come out, and I'd like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to my American friends.
So let's have
I need to pick a card.
yes, yeah, the COVID. Yeah, thank you. Put that away.
Social distancing.
We're gonna pretend like it's normal. We're gonna pretend like it's normal times.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be Mr. Hand.
You can come in. It's fine. And now you're Mr. Belly. Come on in, man. All right. So Richard, I'm gonna show that to the camera. You know what that is?
I do. It's a thought bubble.
It's a thought bubble. Now some people say cloud, but it's a thought bubble.
I don't have too many of those.
Okay. Well, you look like this.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Yeah. Blank. So anyway, my friend, I don't want to use the red pen. So let's use a black. I got one here. No, I'm prepared.
Okay.
I am prepared.
All right.
All right. So here's what I need you to do. Now, obviously, there's nothing in the bubble because in order to have a thought, there has to be somebody to think a thought.
Right.
So do you think you can think a thought? Actually, better yet, let's have one of your friends do it. Would you please draw right down here a little, we'll call him like a little magician, like a little Kreskin.
Okay.
Okay? It could be a stick figure. You're a pretty artistic guy. You can probably,
I met Preston.
I did too.
All right. I'll draw a little picture.
Okay.
This is the guy from Cartoon.
Oh, okay. He's getting in the act again.
Yeah.
You could always initial your work as well.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to? There you go. I don't know if you can you see that over there? Okay.
Yep, I can see the little guy.
There's a little guy. Okay. Matter of fact, would you like to sign it? You should sign it.
Sure.
So initial your work.
Just do this.
Beautiful. Fantastic. All right. So, Mr. A, here's what I need you to do. I want you to take this. I want you just to kind of stab it in the middle-ish of the deck, okay? I'm going to kind of bevel the deck. I don't say that word when I'm working with people.
Bevel?
Bevel. Yes, I'm beveled. I'll clean up later. Oh, yeah, just stab it anywhere in the middle. Ish.
Into the bevel?
Into the bevel. Into the bevel. You might have soft it.
I got it.
There you go, okay? Now, as handsome as I am there, you are actually the true performer. Oh, there you go. There's the amazing Mr. A right there. Okay? Now, you might not realize this, but you were influenced to put these cards in a very particular place. And you place them between the 5 of clubs and the 6 of diamonds. That might not seem very amazing, but
No,
if you think about it, the amazing Mr. A was thinking that before he even did it, because if you take a look here, see, in the thought bubble, it says the 5 of clubs
What?
and the 6 of diamonds. Can you see that? Okay, there we go.
So if you were a magician, you would come out, and I've noticed that this happens often, where a magician will ask you to pick out a card, or they'll say that this card in particular represents something, whether it represents the somebody going to eat something, or if you pull out the 2 jokers, they'll say that, oh, it's 2 locator cards that will find something.
Okay.
And again, it bothered me because, as I said before, every magician does the same tricks. So when you look at a card and you see like, oh, that's the ace of spades, and you say, imagine that that's a person that's going to travel. Why would you say that? Instead, we magicians have this thing, which is these cards, with nothing written on them. And I think that would be the best way to go. Let me explain why. I have here this book. It's the thing that I've been working on during the quarantine, trying to develop it. I finally talked to a tattoo artist who's designing something for me on the face of it. But it's the idea that the audience gets to choose whatever story they want, right? I have some cards drawn up, like, let's see. Right here we have a teapot, right? Just as a little MacGuffin, if you will. But here's the interesting two that I've been working with. Yeah, two characters. Now this is just going to be a simple sandwich effect, but hopefully you'll enjoy what we have. Let's say we have this pack of cards. This pack of cards can be anything you want. You allow somebody to pick a card and you ask them to draw something on it. Whatever it is that they want to draw, they're not hiding it. In fact, it turns out that this person is a new artist in town. Of course, this would be your spectator. All right, they get to draw whatever it is that they want. If they want, they can sign it. We'll happen to sign this Picasso because, you know, why not?
What is that?
It is a phallic bird.
A phallic bird. Okay.
So true story. Picasso he was actually famous before he died, which meant that he could make money off of his paintings. He would go out drinking in bars, and at the end of the night, when he'd have his tab, he would just draw something on a napkin, sign it, and give it to the bar.
Perfect.
So let's say you have a new artist in town, and this deck of cards would represent the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And you had your new piece of artwork on display for everyone to see. At the end of the night, they lock it up. But what you didn't know were two thieves were watching the place, two thieves. Each obviously with their money sack trying to steal something. They happen to case the joint. And they search, and they search, and they search, and they make it out the other side with one bit of artwork missing straight from the Met. Now, these were unique thieves. See, they weren't doing it for the money. They were solely doing it for the thrill. So they return the piece of artwork where he then moves to another museum. In the new museum, they put it on display, and these two thieves come through in the middle of the night. Again, nothing else in between them. One bit of artwork, yours. Of course, they return the painting one more time. Actually, put that right about there so you can see it. And now people knew who they were. They knew the thieves, so they knew that they could come in. They weren't allowed anywhere near the museum. But just like the wind, one of them gets away and steals the painting.
Jamie,
Yes.
what type of, do you drink soda pop?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite?
Actually, my favorite is Coca-Cola.
That's awesome. I can tell we would get along great because I carry with me my business card,
Yes.
and on the back I've drawn a soda bottle with a blank label. Since we're doing this remotely, I'll just write Coke on the blank label for you. Right
Perfect.
there, can you see that?
Yep.
And we'll come back to that in just a moment because my favorite soft drink of all time is also Coke. In fact, I have loved Coke ever since I was 4 years old. I even toured the Coke factory in Atlanta, and I discovered an earth-shattering, shocking fact. You know what it was?
What was it?
Well, you know the carbonation that they put in Coke?
Yes. It's my
I
favorite
found out that we're in the middle of a national fizz bubble shortage in this country. And Coke has a program in place to recycle these fizz bubbles.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Let me explain how this works. Jamie, what happens to this fizz bubble when you open a bottle of Coke?
They all float up to the top.
That's right. It starts at the bottom and then it rises up to the top of the
That is so
bottle.
good. So good.
But it doesn't stop there. At this point, it receives a signal to float back to the factory. So then this fizz bubble rises up out of the bottle, floats back to the factory where they get another bottle of Coke. Now they collect all the fizz bubbles. They put them into the new bottles, and you guessed it, that's where they're reused.